Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. This is your boy Messiah Boss, and you are tuned in to You Hook Now the Podcast. You Hook Now the Podcast. Now, alright, I get it. A lot of people always ask me, man, like the name You Hook Now. You Hook Now. Like, what made you use such a basic, not super glamorous, not super dramatic? What made you name your podcast something really basic? You Hook Now. And what I want to tell people is as simple as this. When I say you hook now, when you think about hooking something, when you think about having your hooks into something, not on a negative content, but just by having your hook into something, that means you're connected. That means you're bound, you're bond. We're tied down. We're together. You know what I'm saying? We're in relation. So when I tell people you hook now, that means I feel deep inside my mind that I have you locked in, I have you loaded, and I have you ready to go on my journey with me, excluding myself on this podcast. So when I tell people you hook now, I want people to feel like they can come here for a laugh, they can come here for a cry, they can come here for wisdom. They can just come here just to pass the time by. However you want to kick it with me, you hooked. Come on in. I want to be on your mind. Like when it's all said and done, I want people to think of me when they want to hear some nice content. This is the reason. This is the thing about my content, though. I don't believe in theatrics. Don't get it twisted. I understand moving forward, being syndicated, getting into the whole Hollywood thing. Hollywood loves theatrics, you know. Right now, like I could literally go and, you know, add all kind of music to the beginning of my podcast and then add all these sounds and stuff like that. And I don't knock nobody who's doing that because I love it. I love it when I hear like all these different, you know, intrications in people's podcasts. But me, myself, I'm a raw, I'm a gritty person, you know, and sometimes I feel with what I am, who I am, and what I sound like, I feel like all the extra intricate sounds and bings and dings and all this stuff like that, I feel like it doesn't necessarily, it doesn't necessarily, glide with my voice the way I would like it to come across my ear. So I get it. Like you might hear a lot of podcasts and they have like, some nice background music that can make you tap into some emotions playing in the background while they do the podcast. So they may have a lot of bunch of sound effects and things that go with it. I don't knock it at all. I love it all, but I just don't do it for myself. I'm the type of person that I just want you to hear my voice, want you to hear what I'm saying. Let my voice not only be your knowledge, let my voice not only be your knowledge, but let my voice be your melody. You know what I'm saying? Let my voice be the music. You know what I'm saying? Let all of me please all of you. That's what I'm here for. So, so when I thought of the name You Hook the podcast, I wanted the people to be hooked. I wanted the people to be down with me. I wanted people to be locked up. I wanted when people thought about listening to me, or when people thought about me, it was like it would be like an instant thought, like, oh man, I gotta go check out that boy to make sure he ain't drop another podcast. Like, I want that feeling, I want that vibe, I want that attention. I ain't no attention whore, but I want that attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody doing this just to be, oh, I'm just passing the time by and I just want to go beneath the radar and I just want to ramble and ramble and ramble and rant and rave. Nah, people doing this because they want that attention. They want that love. You know what I'm saying? They want that hate. I want that elevation. I want them footstools. I want it all. I need it all. So, You Hook Now the podcast, like I say, man, you can catch me on Anchor. You can catch me on my Twitter page. It is at MessiahX5. At MessiahX5. That's my Twitter handle. And like I say, on my Twitter page, it'll lead you to the 2 YouTube links I got. I'm on YouTube on 2 different pages. I'm going to be putting up more content on it. Like I tried to steer away from celebrity gossip and things like that. But so many people always be asking me, man, what's your spin on this? what's your spin on this celebrity situation? What's your spin on this celebrity situation? And a lot of times I don't really want to talk about it, but I will bring a perspective to those things that possibly I can guarantee you that nobody has ever thought about. So every now and then I might drop some celebrity news on the podcast. So like I said, man, you can hear me on Anchor, you can hear me on YouTube, and you can catch me on my Twitter page, man. Like I said, I'm dropping I drop self-proclaimed wisdom. I say self-proclaimed wisdom because everybody ain't gonna be rocking with everything I say. So it is what it is. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. Keep me in rotation. Whether you hate me or whether you love me, keep me in rotation. You know what I'm saying? And we good, you know? So I just had to get a little sip of my water. I would be sitting right here drinking wine. I'm a wine man. I'm a wine man, man. I love red wine. You know what I'm saying? Red wine is my shit. You know what I'm saying? I love marinating in my food. I just love putting it on ice. I love sipping it. I love sipping it chilled. Or sometimes I like just sipping it dry and warm, you know, like, but I'm a red wine man. That's my thing, you know. My years of drinking heavy liquor are behind me. I'm gonna say about 95%. Like I haven't really messed with heavy liquor, and I'm gonna say about 2 years strong. Heavy liquor, I really haven't been messing with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I may have, I say over the last 2 years, I maybe took maybe 10 shots of heavy liquor. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't mess with it no more, man. It's just, you know, I'm getting older, bro. I'm almost 40 soon, and just drinking heavy like that, man. Sorry about the yawn, but drinking heavy like that, it is 2 a.m. in the morning. And drinking heavy like that, man, it's just behind me, man. You know, like I used to drink heavy. We used to go to clubs and drink heavy and get up in the morning, drink heavy and go to work, drink heavy just to chill around the females, drink heavy just to chill around the partners, drink heavy when we would be in the studio, drink heavy when we would be on the block, drink heavy when we would just be riding, drink heavy. We was drinking heavy so much to where it's just like, man, all that drink heavy is not appeasing no more. It's not really appeasing no more for me at all. It's not, man. And it's like I like to sit back and drink. I say maybe a good 3 glasses. Nice, chill, red wine. I say every 2 to 3 days. You know, every 2 to 3 days. And it really kind of depends on the day that I go and partake. You know, I might go sip uh I try not to sip under any type of stress or duress. That's what I really don't try to do that. I really don't like try to have one of those days where I feel like people are getting on my nerves, and that'll be the reason I sip or nothing like that. I really try to sip for the enjoyment. I try to clear my mind, and I just try to sip, you know? And I'll try to sip for the actual enjoyment of the drink. You know, I'm a person that I feel like everybody. I know some people don't drink, but I feel like everybody who do, I feel like you deserve a nice few couple of drinks a week. Not killing yourself, not getting sloppy drunk, not being unconscious nowhere where people could take advantage of me. I'm talking about just a nice few smooth floating drinks per week. But I think people need to drink for the enjoyment of the drink, the enjoyment of the connection between you and that drink, the visual and the mindset that it's going to put you in, the revelation it's going to have your mind travel to. Drink for that enjoyment. Don't drink because you're under stress. Don't drink because you're pissed off. Don't drink because, you know, you're feeling depressed or you're feeling lonely. No, drink for the enjoyment of the drink. I guarantee you your drink will taste a lot better. You will sit there and you'll have that same drink, and it'll be the same way you have it, whether it's chill, straight on the rocks, whatever, however you want to put it. And drinking for the enjoyment of that drink and drinking from being under stress and the rest of that drink will give you two different taste tingles to your taste buds. You'll get two different reactions out of the drink. Like it's just a difference. It's just a whole different mindset. But that's what I'm really not here to talk to you guys about. We kind of drifted away in the drinking or whatever like that. But like I said, I'm a red wine man. I tell people if they ever going to buy me anything, alcohol wine type, red wine, man, preferably sweet, preferably sweet. I can do the bitter boxes too. It's no problem, But yeah, I'm a red wine king. That's what I do. Red wine king. I love it, man. I love it. It's just a whole different vibe, different feeling. But, but what we are coming to the podcast about today, it's another one for the fellas. It's about putting your jersey in the rafters. Putting your jersey in the rafters. For those of you who don't really understand, let me put it in layman's terms. Taking yourself off the market. Becoming a one-woman man. Becoming committed to this one woman. This is what we're talking about today. Taking your jersey off, looking at it, reminiscing for one good last time, and hanging it up and saying, man, my claim in these streets are done. This is what we're talking about today. 3 things that I feel like every man should know or should have or should understand before he decides to take himself off the market. Before he decides to give the game up, before he decides to give his side pieces up, his hoes, however he wanna name it. We gonna talk about the names. We gonna talk about names one day. We gonna talk about names. We gonna talk about names one day, and it's gonna get real. It's gonna get real deep. But not today. So whatever he wanna call them, his entanglements, which is that's something popping right now. His frolics, whatever, however you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? But hanging that jersey up, putting that jersey in the rafters, is what we're talking about today. And what made me think about that was people always ask me, dang, bro, I hear you talking, and I hear you make a lot of jokes with women and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. I'm a very, very, jokative person. And that was like, but I always hear you always talk about being in a relationship. That's one thing you don't shy from. You don't shy from talking about being married, and you don't shy from talking about being in a relationship for 18 years. And I'm like, no, I don't. I do not. I do not shy away from that fact, just because over my time of living, being in a relationship has not deterred me from any advances. Being in a relationship has actually multiplied my advances from women. And I know a lot of people will be like, man, I don't understand it. Now, only I can speak for me, but one thing I know, man, is being in a relationship has its way of turning on other women. But this is not what we're here for, because I'm not here to talk to you about manipulating this fact of knowing that a lot of other women do and are enticed and excited about being around men in relationships. Obviously, if they didn't, we wouldn't have such a high volume of cheating and infidelity and adultery and all that if they wasn't enticed by it, So here nor there, that's a different episode. But what I want to talk to guys about right now is being ready to take yourself off the market. Being ready to take yourself off the market. First and foremost, man, I want every guy to understand this is what you should have. This is what you should be striving for. Before you even decide you would want to get in a relationship with a woman and become serious with a woman. Now I get it. Everybody rocking different. I know a lot of men out there talking about, look, man, I ain't waiting. If she giving up the box quick, she giving up the box quick, and I'm taking it. Every girl I chill with and show interest to, I don't want to be in a relationship with. And yeah, I get all that, man. I get all that because I'm gonna be honest with you. Out of the average male, 90%, I feel 90% of his box interaction, 90% of his pussy interaction is going to come fairly quick. It's going to come within a month or less. It's not going to be too much waiting. Women are giving it up like an all-time high. You know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays, women are not waiting to have sex. You know, I remember it was a day where men were the hound dogs when it came to sex. I remember, like, it was a wild time growing up where you would like really have to, like, really like game a girl up to give you head and really like put some lines, put some mac down to her so she would sleep with you and stuff like that. Like you really had to talk. You know what I'm saying? You really had to put some time in. Nowadays, shit, man, it's women out there who trying to drive the car faster than any man do. There's women out there who want to test the product before settling down. Like, this is a whole different breed of women. This is a super liberated breed of women. These are women who are high sex drive, high sex craze. They throwing it left and right. Like, it's. I told my wife straight up, if we was to ever get divorced, I would never ever get in a relationship again. I would never get in a relationship again. To me, I feel like it's no point. Now, what I'm saying, I don't want to generalize and put all women in the same, bunch. But I just feel like the way that women are moving today, and there's nothing wrong if they want to be liberated and be sexual and be free and nobody can tell them what to do and everything like that, and they can move just as fast as men, do them. But me, myself, I would see no purpose of getting in a relationship because guess what? Like, you're going to get it all. For most of these women, you're going to get it all for nothing. You're going to get it all for nothing. And I get it. I hear it all the time. The great justification that women make. Your grandmother and your grandpa probably got it in real quick and they stayed here for 50 years. They've been together for 50 years. My mom and my daddy, they met on the first night, had a one night stand, and they was together and they had me and my sister. Yeah. I hear all that foolishness. But guess what? The reality of it is, half of the motherfuckers ain't even happy with each other. Yeah, you see longevity. You see longevity in numbers, but they ain't longevity in happiness though. You know what I'm saying? They stayed for all kind of crazy reasons. Half of these motherfuckers you see that been married for 50, 60 years, these people ain't happy with each other, but they stayed. And now they so old that they don't even feel like starting over now. So a lot of these people didn't stay because they was just so dreamily in love and married with each other all the way through. No, they didn't. They stayed for obvious reasons. Yeah, we know about your grandma having, we know about your grandfather having, 10 extra extended families. We know about that. Grandma ain't happy about it. Grandma might got a couple of dudes off in her gut throughout the tenure. But what I'm saying is, we got to stop looking at other people's longevity, thinking that is happiness. Longevity don't equal happiness. Longevity doesn't equal happiness. Longevity is beautiful, but it don't equal happiness. But that's what I'm not here for. Talking to two guys about, are they ready to take themselves off the market? First thing, a guy should always want and always need. Fellas, please have yourself together. Now, this is my thing with this. Because majority of the time when older people telling young men to have themselves together, they only talk about finances. They only talk about money. Money saved, money stacked. If you got money, nobody can tell you nothing. If you got money, you can move around and do what you do, move and groove as you please. Yeah. Money is a beautiful thing. Money is a beautiful thing. Money is a beautiful, beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with money. The love of it, that's a whole different story. But money itself is a beautiful thing. We need it. Our world runs off of currency. Our world runs off of currency and resources. Money is a hell of our resources. We need it. So it's not all about finances though. You know what I mean? Yes, you want to have your financial life in order because you want to make it easier on your relationship to be able to move and be fluid, be mobile, and don't have to worry about, financial woes. But else, fellas, have your communication skills up. Figure out how you're going to be ready to communicate in a relationship. You must be receptive. You must hear her out. You must listen to her. The thing about leadership, see, this is the thing about leadership. Everybody want to talk about leadership. Men want to talk about leadership, 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 leadership. And they all want to talk about roaring, 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 roaring. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. No, that's not leadership, fellas. That's not leadership. Dictatorship, yes, but it's not leadership. You have to be receptive to that woman. You have to be receptive to that woman. You have to listen to that woman. And you have to really pay attention to that woman. Because what's going to happen if you're not receptive and you're not listening to her, what you won't listen to, another man will play closely and be attentive to what she's saying. And you're going to lose her. You know what I'm saying? When I say have yourself together, yes, financial game up to par. Yes, communication skills, understanding communication all the way around. Understand communication, understand how to communicate in a relationship, understand how to communicate with that woman that you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? If you know you're dealing with a woman and y'all have bad communication, don't hang on and make this into a super committed relationship thinking that it's going to change. Let me tell y'all something, people. Relationships, whether they married or you boyfriend or girlfriend, they don't come with no superpowers. This is not, it don't come with no superpowers. Being in a relationship or being married do not come with no superpowers. It don't come with no type of super blessing that you think that, oh man, we got married all of a sudden. Like this wild, crazy world of unseen blessings open up and they just drop on you. Nah, it don't happen. Marriage take work. Just a committed relationship without marriage take work. All this stuff take work. All this stuff is about sowing seed and reaping harvest. So what you put into it is what you're going to get out. You understand? Outsiders are going to come in and try to plant negativity and within your harvest. They're going to try to do that. You got to be able to catch that. You got to be able to peek that. You got to be able to stop that. You understand what I'm saying? So when you have yourself together, yes, have your money together, have your finances together. Yes. Which that includes, like you said, your home you're gonna live in, your transportation, you got you a nice job to work. You know what I'm saying? You got your career going or something. That's what that's gonna entail. Fellas, especially our mental health. Get a good grip on your mental health before you decide to get in a relationship. There's nothing like dealing with somebody and they got a whole bunch of baggage that you didn't ask for. A whole bunch of baggage of unresolved issues that they should have been healed from by now, but they never properly healed. So now you're in a relationship with someone who hasn't properly healed from none of the transgressions that have happened to her. Now you're in a relationship with a woman that's still holding on to every transgression, every trespass that ever happened to her in her life. Now you, as a good man who comes into her life, you're trying to put your best foot forward and show her that there are good people out here that don't want to protect her, but she is so damaged she can't even recognize protection. She is so damaged that she can't even recognize that you're trying to protect her. So imagine that being vice versa. Imagine she's getting into a relationship with a man whose mental health is so scrambled. He's so insecure. He's not confident in himself. He don't trust nobody. He's making it hard for her to trust. All you know how to do as a man is fuck on her. You don't know how to love her. You don't know how to talk to her. You don't know how to listen to her and communicate with her. All you know how to do is have sex with her because guess what? Your mental health is so scrambled that you can't even be receptive. You can't even open up to her. So yes, have your money together. Get your mental health in order. Get your mental health in order to be in a relationship. Get some structure to your mental health to be in a relationship. You gotta have that. Get your communication skills to be in a relationship. You have to have that. You have to get yourself in order. You shouldn't even be thinking about being in any type of relationship if you financially ain't right, if you mentally ain't right. You hear me? You ain't financially right, you ain't mentally right, and you conversationally are not right. People, we gotta stop getting into relationships, fellas, especially you two. You know what I'm saying? Because you the one who doing all the asking. You the one doing all the pursuing of these women. Fellas, if you know you are looking at a woman and you dealing with a woman, or you yourself are the person who's guilty of this. If the only way you know how to communicate is by arguing and belittling each other, you do not need to be in a relationship. That's part of getting your communication skills together to be in a relationship. If the only way y'all know how to communicate is by arguing and talking down to each other and calling each other all kind of names, and y'all think this stuff is cute and funny, you do not need to be in a relationship. So like I said, number one, have your stuff together. I can't sit here and tell everybody put God first and stuff like that, even though I'm a believer in God, I'm a believer in the Holy Spirit, I'm a believer in Jesus and all that. But I can't sit there and tell everybody to do that because everybody don't believe in those concepts in life. And that's fine. Just because you don't believe in the same concepts I believe in don't mean I cannot help you in life. You understand? You understand? So have your finances in order. Right? Have your finances in order. You must know how to communicate. Have your communication skills in order. You must know how to communicate with a woman, you know, and have your mental health in order. Have your mental health in order. I seen a video not too long ago, man, this person in a relationship and they was, I don't know if they thought they heard something, whatever with this woman. They kicking down doors, breaking down doors. Dudes like to get all, dudes so mentally scrambled, they like to get all physical and want to punch holes through walls and cut up sofas and do all this other foolishness. Man, let me tell you something. You get the beating on property before you know it, he gonna get the beating on the woman. Get your mental health in order. Let me tell you something. You only gonna be satisfied with beating on something that don't hit you back and give you no contest for so long. Nobody is satisfied with just beating on the bag all the time. They want to see what they done taught, what they done learned, what they done taught themselves, or what they done learned by working with this bag. They want to see how they throw hands and get something they can fight back. Fellas, get our mental in order. We got to get it in order for being in a relationship. If you want to take yourself off the market, that's what you need to be doing right there for one. Now, two, after you already have yourself in order, you have your finances in order, you have your mental health in order, you have your communication skills in order. The second part of this, simply, fellas, simply, you must know yourself. You cannot play games with yourself, and you cannot lie to yourself. Lying to yourself will soon rise to the surface, and then it will look like you're not only lying to yourself, but you're lying to everybody else. One thing you don't want your woman is to endure is to make her feel like you lying to you, like you lying to her. So now, second, make sure that you are ready to call this part of your life quits. Make sure that you are ready to call this Jersey life quits. Make sure you're ready to stop messing with all the hoes. Make sure you really, really, really want to be a committed man. You know? Make sure you're done with everything. You serious. You serious. Now the flip side of it is, make sure you let that woman know what type of commitment do you want. Because we be so vague in the commitment aspect of a conversation that we don't ever put the details on the type of commitment that we want. Just because a man tells you he's committed to you don't mean he wants to be committed and going to be moving forward towards getting married though. You understand? A man could say he want to be committed to you, but he can only mean I only want to be committed to having sex with you. Which means, oh, I'm committed to always showing up in here and busting your ass. That's a form of commitment. But in her mind, she thinking we're gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend. We're gonna love me. He's not gonna do anything. But in your mind, you thinking, yeah, I'm committed. I'm committed to you, girl. I'm committed to you. Yeah, I'm committed to coming around and fucking you whenever you talk about fucking. That's a commitment. It has to be detailed. Let her know what your detail of the commitment is. Are you just commitment to sex with her? Do you only want to be committed to only being just her boyfriend, nothing more? Y'all committed. We could play this game where it's just me and you, and we always saying, but that whole marriage thing, baby, I don't know. I ain't all that marriage stuff, man. I ain't trying to do all that. Because in her mind, she's like, I want to get married. Married is the ultimate end all be all. I ain't saying this for every woman, but in some women, marriage is the ultimate end all be all. Be sure to let her know that you're only committed up to a certain point. Which means you're only committed only up to having sex with her. Or you committed to only just being her boyfriend. Yeah, we just being boyfriends. Or we just being girlfriends. And that's all I want to do. When you talk about going stepping in front of a judge and a court and a pastor, getting married, putting it on paper, I don't want to do all that. Let her know you not want to be. Let her know that you don't want to be that committed to her. Let her know. It's honesty. Let yourself know. You yourself must know that's what you want to do. Let me tell you something. Before you can lie to anybody else, you're going to lie to yourself first. So fellas, it's time for us to stop lying to ourselves. Before you can lie to any other person, you lie to yourself first. Be sure of the commitment that you want for that person. Be crystal clear. Like I told you, people talk so short-ended and with so much abbreviations and stuff like that. You know, like it's ridiculous that they never talked anything, they never put anything out, and they just feeling the relationship out on the way. They just feeling the relationship out on the way. No detailed commitment has been made. So you need to let that woman know you are dictating the show. You are in charge. You are the leader of what's going on. You need to let her know that if it's only a sex thing, it's only a sex thing. But it's just between us. Or if I don't mind being like, I want to be a man. I want to be down, and we can claim each other. Because some people want to be in that type of relationship where they just boyfriend and girlfriend forever. They are cool with dating each other for 20 years. I know people like that all the time. But you talking about putting the marriage on there, then what comes with the marriage is not wanting to sign prenums and stuff like that. Everybody don't want to deal with that type of commitment. Everybody don't want to deal with that type of agreement. But that needs to be crystal clear. This is what y'all going, because there's too many of these shotgun weddings and relationships that turn out bad. So know exactly how far of a commitment you want to put up. So not only do you need to have your stuff together, but you need to know the level of commitment you are trying to put into what you got going on. Just because I lay up with you every day for years and years and years doesn't mean I want to be married to you. She needs to know that. She needs to know that. She needs to know that you don't see her as marriage material. You see her as girlfriend material. You see her as laying up with her everyday material. But you don't see her as the marrying material. She needs to know that. Give that woman an option to walk. So like I said, yet again, let me reiterate these points. Having your stuff together. Y'all can go back and listen to all that having your stuff together and this is just the tip of the iceberg, people. This ain't nothing. I'm talking off the top of my head. I haven't even wrote an outline or anything down. This is what you're going to get about me. Man, the stuff that I'm spitting right now, this is just off the top of my head. I haven't really even just formulated some real live notes to give to y'all yet. So when I tell you, y'all stay with me on this journey, y'all stay locked in, y'all stay hooked with me, I promise you, I'm going to give y'all some heat in due time. But my thing about it is I'm like buzzing on my my podcast right now because I want to bring heat to other people's podcasts. That's my main mission. I want to bring the real heat onto other people's shows. Okay, now back to this whole thing. So when you talk about hanging up your jersey in the rafters, being off the market as a man, always have your stuff together. Always have your stuff together. Number one, we'll go through having your stuff together on another show, but always have your stuff together. Always have your finances together. Have your communication skills up. Learn how to communicate effectively as a grown person in regards to a relationship. And on top of that, your mental health. Your mental health is your biggest friend, or it can be your biggest enemy if you ain't got it all together on the right page. I ain't saying it's gonna be perfect, but you gotta have it together. Last but not least for me tonight, is to make sure there's not 100% something concrete that you can make sure of outside of yourself. Because dealing with a woman, you don't know how concrete she is to you. Like, it's like, and you have a depiction of her, and you see her in a certain way, but you haven't seen her under a bunch of certain lights. So you haven't seen the magnifications of a lot of stuff that you really need to see up front. So the last point is, because women got this whole seductory thing, and you know, they be so fine, they be looking so good, they be looking so, body be smelling so right, you know, especially if you done already hit, you know, their box be feeling so good. But you can't let all that good stuff throw you off from getting a good grasp on if this woman is the right one. If she's the right one. You know what I'm saying? You can't just leave that up until we'll figure it out in a relationship. No. You have to have a good idea, a good grasp of, is this woman the right one? You understand? Now, I'm a big advocate of telling people, man, you know, hold off on these weddings and these crazy type shows that are coming out, and they putting y'all under all these type of illusions of what a relationship's supposed to be and everything like that, and how fast they're supposed to move. Look, you're talking about spending the rest of your naturally born living life with one person if you're taking yourself off the market. You have to do more research on a person to make sure she is a very, 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 very high chance she is the one. She is the one. You know, you gotta know that she is the one. Because a lot of times, you know, a man will go into a relationship with all the best intentions in the world. He'll go into that relationship really not wanting to mess around, really want to be all about this woman, really thinking he sees something in her, he see her potential, they see each other's potential, they locking up with each other, whatever like that. And his intentions of being committed to you to the utmost is there until something bad happens. And especially if it's something bad happened that could have been avoided. That could have been avoided. Like something that was like, you're trying to insult my intelligence or something like that, but it could have been avoided. So you must do all you can to get to know the person that you're interested in without all the distortion around. Really get to know this woman. Really sit down with this woman and tell this woman what do you expect from her as getting to know you. You know, not a whole I'm just stacking everything up on her or whatever. No, really sit down with her. Really explain to her, hey baby girl, this is what I see for us. We've been rocking for this long. Um, I want to be that. I want to be that everything for you. I want to be that man for you. I want to be everything. I want to be that. I want to be that comforter that you come to. You know, like really like sit down and get to know this woman, man. Get to know this woman. Stop being so eager as people to want to push a program and stop things, but we have to really sit down and really get to knowing people. We gotta really put some investing time into getting to learn somebody, getting to be with somebody, getting to chill with somebody, getting to, if you're gonna live with them pre-married, that's your business. But you really must get to know a person. You know, you gotta know them. You gotta know that I feel comfortable to say that I'm riding till the wheels fall off with this person. So you got to look at that woman and say, and she got to be looking back at you saying the same thing, like, this is the man that I knew that was going to come and change my life, blase, 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 and I'm riding with him forever. This, you know, it just has to be. We have to do more research in getting to know people. I see too many people that think they know people. Before you know it, dude to talk all this good game, and he's standing his height and telling these women everything, and guess what, while them not sitting back really getting to know this dude, he gunning through the whole crowd. You know what I'm saying? He knocking down everything moving. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you don't have no chemistry with no people. You don't know nothing about nobody. You know what I'm saying? You don't the only thing they know about you is they know all the stuff about you that can keep you a non-existent factor if they ever want to put you in that box. You can't let that happen. You know? I tell people, enjoy life, enjoy life, enjoy life, but never stop learning, never stop seeking that dimension of your life to where people are really, you know, paying attention to what, what I'm saying. But we gotta get to know. We gotta get to know these outside entities, fellas. We gotta get to know these women. You know, we gotta get to know that she is the one. Like I said, because think about this. Just just imagine, just imagine if I feel like I'm rambling for a while. Just imagine this. Just imagine you a man, right? Like you got your stuff together. You got your stuff together. Oh man, you balling, you doing it. You got you a nice crib. Got you at least 2 cars in the driveway. Oh man, you feeling good. Got you a great job. You making top dollar on that great job. And only thing you want, you don't want a housemaid. I ain't never said that. You don't want a woman who just sit in the house all day, not doing nothing. Nobody wants that. You know, nobody wants that. But imagine meeting someone, all your stuff together. Your mental health is A-OK. You functioning and just right. You met a woman, and is every woman you hooking up with is a woman you sat back and you never really got a chance to know. You never really got a chance to know. And don't be one of them guys who are so deep that they're falling into, you know, who falling into line, you know. But long story short, you gotta know that woman. You gotta have a good grasp on that woman that this is the woman for you. You remember, you are committing your life to her at the utmost. You understand? So have your stuff together. Have your stuff together. You know, that's a must. Communicate. Find out. Find out the communication process. You know, you got to do that. And you got to put some time into really knowing somebody. You know, put some time into really knowing people. That's all I can really tell you. But until then, man, I'm trying to cut this right there. You know, I just kept it light on this episode part of the podcast. I just kept it real light. You know, low key doing a little rambling, but nah, man. Y'all just keep tuning in, man. It's your boy Messiah Boss, man, and just keep tuning in, man, and keep ready, man. I'm finna drop some heat. But until then, it's much love to YouTube, much love to Anchor, and much love to, you know, my timeline and stuff like that on the feed. You know what I'm saying? But it's your boy Messiah Boss. Thank you for listening, and I'm out.